Okay, today we are going to be drawing that cow that I promised you. And today when you draw your four corners, we're going to start a little bit lower in our paper. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go ahead and connect it with a marker so that you can see what I'm doing. But you're leaving about half of the paper above it still left, okay? And this time you're going to go all the way around like a box. And remember, it does not have to be a perfectly straight line. Actually makes it look a little bit more interesting if it's not. I'm going to go just a little bit higher than what I said. And then go across and come back down. Okay? Then on the top here, we're going to draw 2 vertical lines. And we're going to draw a horizontal line going across. And we're going to draw a second vertical line right next to that one that we just drew. And starting outside of the line here, we're going to draw a upside down V, or the top of almost a triangle. But we're going to make it so that there's a second side to it. I'll make this line go across completely. And then let's make a window. Let's make some vertical lines. Let's make our north, east, south, and west. And then let's have these diagonal lines so that it kind of looks like a barn. And then over here, we're going to have our tree. Draw on the trunk, 2 lines. Make sure you give it a nice big base so that it doesn't topple over. Now remember, these branches can look however you want them to, because every tree is different and every tree has something unique to it. Maybe you want some clouds in the sky. Maybe you want to put a sun in the sky. And then we're going to work towards the bottom, towards the foreground. And we're going to draw a line across. And we're going to draw some stones. This is going to be our stone wall. You're just going to go kind of just a little bit to the left here. And then you're going to draw a vertical, 2 vertical lines, and then kind of a curve like a rainbow over the top. And this is going to be our little door. You know, so our farmers can go in and out. And then you're going to continue that stone wall. Just draw some, you know, circular shapes, but they don't have to be perfectly circular because they're stones. And just like trees, every stone is a little different, or every rock, if you will. Maybe some big ones and some little ones. Just go ahead and continue it all the way over. And then we're going to draw a little line here in the front. And then we're going to draw some corn or grass, whatever you think it is. Maybe it's just grass for the cows to eat. And then right about here, we're gonna make a little line. It's gonna be like a zigzag line because this is all gonna be grass for the cows to graze, because that's their favorite thing to do. And then you're gonna bring it back up, but leaving a good amount of room here so we can put a little cow there. And then this will be all filled in with grass. You can just make little lines however you want, if you want them to be zigzag lines. You can fill this in later. You can fill your tree in. This is called controlled scribbling. And we'll fill in the bottom real quick. Be careful your scribbling doesn't get out of control, because then that won't look very nice. Right around that rock wall. Okay, I'm going to use a pencil for this next part because you might have to erase some lines. So if you have a pencil, I would suggest grabbing it. And we're going to draw our cows. So the first thing you want to draw is their bodies, which are kind of square shape. Just kind of like a rounded square. They have a little tail with some hair on the end. Then they don't have super long legs like a horse. So you can just draw 4 lines. And then the head is kind of like 2 parts. Top part is kind of like a rounded square again. You can erase that inside line. And then ears. And then the snout part. You can erase that inside line. And then you can draw your 2 little nostrils. And then you can draw your eyes. Maybe you want to make it a girl. And then don't forget the most important part about the cows, the spots. And then you can ground it so that it knows that it's grazing. I'm going to go ahead and outline it so that you can see it a little bit better. Now remember, if you want to add anything that you think that your cow needs, by all means, add away. Maybe you want to color that part in. Make your eyes. ground your cow so it looks like it's standing in the grass, not just floating in the air. And you can erase your lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and make one down here. I'm going to draw his head first. I'm going to try this in marker without using my pencil. You can use your pencil though, because as you see, I might want it later. I don't think I left a very big space here. Should have left it a little bit bigger. His tail's going to come off the edge of the paper there, but that's okay. Should have left my room down there because that's the most important part of those cows. Okay, and then I'm going to go up top there and work on the cows up on top. I'm going to put 2 in my barn. I'm going to work with my pencil again because I don't like not being able to erase. See? It's okay to make mistakes. As long as you learn from them. And then the head's going to sit inside of the... That's the part that gets me. I'm going to make them both facing the opposite directions. You guys see that okay? Then make the snout. And his ears. If you want to make some horns, you could. And these guys, I think, are just sitting in the barn, so their legs aren't showing. You can add some there if you want, if you can see some of yours. I think when we put the marker to it, you won't be able to see it. Just kind of like their tails. We know they're there, but you might not be able to see it. Then once you have it the way you like it, you can use your pen or marker, whatever you're using. And then you can add whatever you want. Just some little details if you want. Some lines on the rocks to make them look a little bit more detailed. And there you have the cows. I hope you enjoyed.